Yo, what up gamers, Extreme Mobile Gamer right here, back with another video. Today we're gonna be checking out this super realistic F1 mobile game. Monoposto is developed and published by Marco Pesce, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it is the first Italian game we're gonna be reviewing on the channel today. The game has achieved remarkable success, surpassing 10 million downloads across app stores and earning thousands of reviews. Featuring 24 different tracks, realistic physics, and handling, the simulator is a worthy contender of big titles like Real Racing 3. Smash that subscribe button for me and give the video a massive thumbs up before we dive in. Guys, welcome to Monoposto, and the first feature that immediately stands out for me are the tracks. I mean, the tracks just look fantastic. Take a look at this. And if I were to choose between these tracks and those featured in Real Racing 3, I'm sure I'm gonna pick this one. I've been playing this simulator for some time and I realized the physics are semi-realistic, meaning acceleration, braking and cornering require precision. I like the fact that tire wear and damage affect the car's performance, and this is one feature that I honestly think should be missing in any racing simulator. I mean, who would even want to play motorsport games without damage physics? And the damage model in this game is pretty simple. You only get smoke and a little bit of fire animation. Nothing too fancy but really functional. Let's talk about the race modes available in this simulator. You get 3 modes: a single race where you choose a track and race against AI. And then we also have championship, which I think many players, or maybe just me, but I like championship. You also get multiplayer mode where you race against real players online. The other standout feature I loved in this game is that you can adjust suspension and tires for different tracks. But one thing that still blows my mind in this game is the fact that pit stops are manual. I found myself every time wasting some few seconds because you literally have to time your entry correctly. And if you don't do that, you lose time in the pit stops, and you guys know exactly how a second can give you that well-deserved victory in F1 Motorsport. Don't get me wrong though, I mean manual pit stops are the best. They add a layer of realism as they demand strategy. The other impressive thing about Monoposto is the weather affects grip and visibility. This makes wet conditions harder and more challenging, making the whole gameplay experience much more fun. But for the traction bit, you might have to box when you see weather change and install the right tires. For example, installing wet tires for rainy weather. If you want to win in this game, it's pretty simple. A good launch is crucial. Use manual throttle control to avoid wheel spin. One other thing I like to do is to stay defensive to block opponents or find gaps for overtaking. Braking too late will make you lose control, while braking too early loses time. Try to use trackside markers to gauge optimal braking zones, and one thing you should avoid is random and planned overtaking, because that's just gonna lead to a crash which might cancel you out from the race or get you a penalty. And then the thing about tires is softer tires provide more grip but wear out much faster. Harder tires last longer but have less traction, so what you would have to do is go for the medium. You might also want to consider adjusting aerodynamics, and the good thing is you get pop-up user interface to adjust the rear wing and reduce downforce on straight stretches. What I also like to do in this game is practice defensive driving. For example, blocking your car by positioning it wisely and keeping track of who's behind you by regularly switching to the rear camera. The downsides of this game include limited graphics, and they don't even come anything closer to what we had in Real Racing 3. AI drivers can be unpredictable and sometimes react unrealistically. And then the lack of official licensing, for example, tracks and cars, reduce the immersion in this simulator. This is, however, an amazing F1 game, and the fact that we get all these available features for free is a plus. I definitely recommend it to fans of open wheel racing who enjoy a single player Formula style experience. This includes motorsport enthusiasts, F1 fans, and generally players who enjoy indie racing games. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.
Congratulations, really good job.